father or dad. We are a little sexist, but that's okay. And they sit like this in their chair, leaning. And the reason for this is it's an expression of like the way the king sat. On this night, we should be a king going out to freedom. So that's the way he's sitting. There he goes. There's the king of that family. There's the king of that family. The prince. So I gave you an answer. I gave an answer away to you. Okay, so we're not going to go through all this, but I want to just explain to you. It says Arba Banim, the 4 children. I'll read the leader, and you guys are the participant, just for a little bit on this page, right? 4 times the Torah bids us to tell our children about the Exodus from Egypt. 4 times now the Torah. You all know what the Torah is? It's the 5 books of Moses, the Old Testament. The Torah repeats. It actually says it in the Hebrew, in the Torah, and you shall tell your child on that day. From this, our tradition infers that there are 4 kinds of children. And to each, we respond in a different manner, according to the question, the situation, and the need. Participant, Pastor, why don't you read that?
The wise child questions, what are the precepts, laws, and observances which Adonai, our God, commanded us? In response to this child, we explain the observances of the Passover thoroughly. The very last one of which is, after the Passover Seder, we do not turn to other kinds of entertainment. We talk with this child about the nature of freedom and justice, and about the need to act to transform the world.
It is wise who wants to know the service that it deserves to do.
So just to clarify, what does that mean? It means those of us who have kids, we all have kids, right? They're all beautiful, they're all amazing. We know that. But each kid it requires a different way, a different approach. I have 3 daughters, 2 are in college. I can verify this fact for you. They all require, it's all different. And the rabbis knew this. So they said, look, when you're going to explain stuff to your kids, if you got someone who's like, you really want to know the laws and why we do it, give it to them. Yeah. Right? That's what they're saying. Okay. So now, let's see, where were we? The participant. Okay. So, the scornful child questions, what does this Seder mean to you? Now, who can imagine their kids saying that? Why do I got to go to church? Right? Or whatever, right? I mean, come on. It's the same thing. This transcends religion or theology, you know. Notice that this child says to you, as a person who does not feel personally a part of the Jewish people. So now we're talking about, imagine you got a kid who says, I don't believe in Jesus, you know, which I'm sure you get all the time. As we get to say, we don't believe in God. We go through that all the time with our kids. It's just a rite of passage, you know. By being distant from us, this child denies his death. Well, this is a little harsh. I don't go there. To this child we say, join us tonight. Be here. Listen closely. Be with us, and you'll know what the Seder means to us. So it's in a general way. Just be here. Give us a chance to explain it to you. So the next one. What about this, Pastor? What about this one? The simple child. Now, simple doesn't mean not smart, okay? Simple just means gentle and self-effaced.
When the simple child questions, Mazot, what is this?
Now, Hebrew is great. Hebrew is really good. Mazot.
We are remembering a time long ago in another land when we were forced to work for other people as slaves. The mighty arm, Adonai, our God, made us a free people, and we are celebrating our freedom. Growing older, learning more about our people, and observing the Seder year by year, this child, too, will come to love the Pesach and to appreciate its beauty and its message.
And the group, all of us?
To those of open simplicity, give a straightforward answer. The Torah of God makes wise the simple.
And the last one, and with the child who doesn't even think the question, not interested, doesn't want to know from it. Leave me alone. I'm in my room. Do we have children like that? Does anybody have them? To this child, what do we say to that child, Pastor?
To this child, we say, with patience and tenderness, we say, this wondrous evening happens in the spring of every year, so we may remember how out of death and sorrow and slavery come life and joy and freedom. To remember the sorrow, we eat bitter herbs. To remember the joy, we drink sweet wine. And the group?
With one who has not started to inquire, you must begin to awaken the mind.
It's very beautiful, no?
Yes.
It's great.